Elijah is finishing up on this side. Okay, hello. So we are back up here working on the front gate post. I went ahead and stained that one that's up against the wall, the frame, and then I started staining the treated post. But if you notice also, we have a top cap up here now on the top of this post as well. And if you guys are new here, my name is Khadidra, and this is Elijah. And we are building our homestead in the Arizona desert. So pretty much what the plan for us today is, I don't know. We have two agendas for today, and we're just trying to decide which one we want to do first, or if we just want to knock them both out this morning so then we can go relax for the rest of the day. So I think we're going to start with our slats. So basically with these two, our goal is to get them looking like this one right behind me. We have the measurements all correct. That one has a solar panel on it for our gate arm that we installed, and this one up here is going to get a nice little surprise, hopefully today as well, that will have something on the top of this one also. But pretty much this post is going to be holding our 6-foot gate once we actually go and buy it and get it, so that it can close off this section. And then I think Elijah and I are probably approaching restarting up the fence line, because on this 56-foot section of the wall, we still need to put all our top caps on it. We have 2 more pillars that still need to be filled with concrete. And then we need to do our framing on it, because we want it to look like the other section. So, because we're not going to start any more of the fence until we get this one done, but we've been procrastinating because we wanted to get Terry's area done first. So after we get done setting all this up over here, we'll probably hop back over to Terry's area so that we can start putting our pavers down and get everything taken care of, so we can get that 100% and get the gate up for over there. So I'm going to go ahead and get you guys set down, and we're gonna get started. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna start putting in these, same thing like we're always using. So I'm gonna try and eyeball it a little bit. The ones on the other side, I matched them up with the bricks. I think the only one that's not really matched up with the brick is this one. So this one's a little bit floating. So the one on that side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So it's gonna be attached here. And then I attached them on the outside as well. Okay, so I'm just roughly putting these in and just putting one in for now, because we're going to take the level to this to make sure that it's level before we do both of them. Okay, that's soft wood right there. Okay, so next we'll pretty much just get this as level as possible. Okay, so that part is done. Seems like the easy part. Okay, so now that we have the galvanized hooks in, next we're gonna go ahead and focus back on this pole so that we can get our device mounted. So for this video, we are testing out a product that is sent to us by Sainlogic. So they went ahead and sent us out a smart weather station. It is their SA9 model. So basically this comes with the weather station that we're going to be mounting up here onto this pole, and then it also comes with the little screen that we can basically view everything weather related on there. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one unboxed so that we can go ahead and get it set up. Okay, so we did go ahead and already open this, and so this is the screen that it comes with. The screen can be mounted on the wall, and it does have a little stand back here so that it can basically free sit on your counter just like that. Okay, and then this is the actual weather station that they sent us that will be mounted onto this pole. And then it also does come with a little rain catchment cup so that you can measure how much rain is coming in. So this is their newest model and it's so cute. So we're gonna go ahead and get the instructions out so we can figure out where and how we wanna mount it to this pole. Once we get it mounted, we're gonna go ahead and see how this baby works. Back inside of Terry because it's hot. Okay, so we have the batteries put in. This is the little solar panel up on the front that we had to uncover as well. And then it does also have a little level that's up at the top up here so that you can make sure that you have it level once you mount it. So next we're gonna go ahead and get the mounting hardware attached to it. So it does come with this little pole here. And so this pole will just insert into the bottom. So we have that attached. So it does have a couple different ways that you can mount it. You can mount it on top, say that we didn't have the top cap up here. You can mount it right on the top of there, or you can do a side mount as well. Today we are going to be doing a side mount because we have a top cap up there. So this is the mounting plate that you give you. So it does have a dual mount so that if you have it sitting flat like this, it has a little hole where that would just go into there. And then it also has, if you're into side mount like this, where it has it onto the side where you can do a side mount as well. So let's determine, I guess, how high we want this to go. And then we can actually get it, you know, attached in. Like how high above there do you feel like you want it? Like, would you like that would be okay?
Go like that.
It'll go down a little bit further. It'll be like right there. Or you want it a little bit higher?
Higher, so this clears this.
We're doing it like that high?
Yeah, I think that'll be good.
Okay. So I'm going to give you an up close view of what the mounting hardware looks like. So this is a simple mounting structure. It gives you room so that if you have a smaller post, you can put them in this one. A bigger post like ours, you can put them on the outside, but it doesn't really matter which ones you put it in. So when you're mounting this, they do, since we're in the northern hemisphere, they do want this facing the south and then this side facing the north. And then this is our rain catchment cup to so that we know how much rain that we're getting. And then it does also have a little spring in here that they had us install, that little silver spring, so that debris doesn't get into there and clog. And then I think I have to look at the pamphlet, but they did ask that you clean it out, the rain catchment cup. I think every 3 months or so I have to look back at the thing. But we're not going to go ahead and put this screw in yet because we want to make sure that everything's working fine before we actually permanently mount it. But there is another bolt that goes through here, just like this top part, so that this thing does not go anywhere. But now that we have it up, we are going to head into Terry so that we can get some readings on here. So we will see how this goes. Okay guys, so it is later on and we are back inside of Terry. So we did get the weather station hooked up, but I thought I would show you what we have going on over here. Girly and I are starting off some plants, so they're in there. So we're doing some cilantro, spinach, carrots, lettuce. These ones are reserved for pumpkin and carrots. We're currently soaking those. We have parsley, and then we have some garlic chives that we have going. I know some of the stuff like the pumpkins and the corn, I think we're a little late on, but we figured we would go ahead and try it anyway. We have those in. We just did it today. We have those soaked. We were going to put the corn and the pumpkins in now, but the seeds have to soak for 12 hours. So they are in the kitchen right now soaking. So Girly is excited and I'm excited too. And then I have a heating mat. I've had this heating mat for a while that is sitting on. I have it on a cardboard box and then the heating mat on top of that so that it doesn't heat up the table. But I've had that heating mat for a while to help germinate, and then we just got these in. So with these, I actually have 2 more of these. So we're gonna do, once Girly goes to sleep, I'm gonna do a second layer of these exact same rows, just so we can have some extra plants just in case these seeds here don't germinate. But yeah, let's get back to the read. Okay, so Elijah went ahead and he mounted this inside the kitchen for me because this is the kitchen area. That's our little paper towel dispenser that we had from home. But he went ahead and mounted this. So this is the monitor display that syncs to the Sainlogic SA9 that we installed out on our front post. So basically, With this, it has two options. This can either connect through Bluetooth or it can connect through Wi-Fi. So currently it is on Wi-Fi. I'm trying to get the glare out of there just because, let me turn off this light. There we go. So it's currently on Wi-Fi. So this is the display screen. With this display, it does work off a battery, and then you can also plug it in as well. So if it is running off a battery, the screen does go into a snooze mode so that it can conserve battery power. This is pulling everything from the weather station outside. This shows you your indoor temperature. So currently it's 90.5 degrees outside. It also gives you your humidity, which is reading 31%. And it also has your indoor temperature as well, which I'm assuming that it's reading off of this thing here. And then you can also set the time and the date along with the year. And then right down here, this is giving you your wind direction. So right now it's showing that the wind is blowing southeast. And then this would be your wind miles per hour that'll give, so your wind speed. So up here, this is reading what the barometric pressure is currently. And then if it was raining, that little rain sensor that's on the weather station outside, that would be telling you how many inches of rain that we were currently getting. All right, so right in this center here, this is my favorite part just because it's pretty. And so right in the center, it gives you your UV index. So right now it's at 2. And then it also gives you your sunlight as well. And then it gives you your moon phase. So as expected, we're currently in a full moon. We had one last night. We're getting one again today, but that will basically change with how the moon changes. Okay, so also it does have an app that you can sync it to. Okay, so pretty much that's everything that there is to the weather station. It's a pretty quick and easy setup. The weather station itself, the machine was pretty, it probably only took us like 4 to 5 minutes to fully set up and get everything synced. And then this one was a little bit trickier to get everything to connect, but Elijah played around with it for about 10 minutes, and then he was able to get everything connected up to the weather station. But we appreciate Sainlogic for going ahead and sending us a weather station. I feel like having a homestead, you need a weather station because, you know, everything revolves around the weather, whether you're going to do a project outside or not, whether if you have rain catchment, you know, basically all this information that this thing can provide can help you in some way on your homestead, or even if you don't have a homestead and it's just at your house and you have a garden in your backyard or not. I'll leave a link down in the description box below, along with a discount code as well, so that if you want to pick up one of these yourselves, they are decently priced, and you can go ahead and follow that link. So we're gonna go ahead and get back to the rest of the video, finishing up the front of the fence. Okay, so we're ready to pretty much install the slats. So we don't have any of the strong ties on this side yet. We're going to do the same thing like we did on the other side, where we're going to cut the wood, and then we're going to manually hold the wood inside the tie so that we can get it level. And then once we get it level, we'll pop out the wood and then attach all the ties. And then I do usually, even though this is about the same distance apart, I do like to do individual measurements for each one of the slats, because sometimes they might be like an inch off sometimes, because, you know, we get as close to the measurements as we can, but sometimes stuff happens. Okay, so now that we have all of the wood cut, we are good to start installing all of our fence brackets. Two down, 2 to go. We usually use non-pressure treated wood, and then we basically go in with motor oil mixture and then Flex Seal or like a rubberized coating for the bottom. And then, you know, we're testing that out to see how well it will really work. But with this one, we decided, because we ran out of Flex Seal while we were doing the outdoor living area for the RV, and so we figured since it was just one post, we would go ahead and just pick up a already treated one, and we just set that straight into the concrete. So we'll see how that goes. So we have a couple different tests going on the land, because we have pressure treated ones straight in concrete. We have non-pressure treated ones that we treated ourselves that are dry tamped, and then I think we have some pressure treated ones that are, so we have some DIY treated ones that we have in concrete. So we'll see over the years how that's going to work out. We're still learning, so we're not sure what the best method is going to be. I feel like with the Arizona, since it is so dry out here, does give you a little bit more forgiveness. So something that might not last in a wetter area might last a little bit longer out here, even if it's just an extra, you know, 3, 4, 5 years. But we're going to do some tests, because we're planning on starting back up, finally fencing in the rest of the posts that we have. And so we're not sure yet if we want to go with pressure treated ones, or if we want to get non-pressure treated and do it all ourselves, or get pressure treated ones and put the Flex Seal on the bottom of them and see if maybe that will be worth it. I don't know. It's just all, you know, anytime that you're not using either concrete blocks or you're not using T-posts, there's a element there of where it might end up, you know, being eaten away. Termites are a thing out in the desert. So far we've been keeping an eye, I think I've said it in other videos, we've been keeping an eye on our other 6 posts that we set a few months back, and they pretty much look as good as they did the first day that we put them in. We haven't seen any termite damage on them. The post that we're using over there for the outdoor living space area, we still haven't cut that post in half, so it's still an 8-foot post. That one we have sitting by an area that we know that termites frequent, because we wanted to see, you know, if the termites would start eating at it, and so far they haven't touched it. So I think the motor oil mixture with the Flex Seal and the stain is kind of deterring them away from it, even though it's pretty much easy. It's easy wood for them to get to. So I don't know, it's all just a test, and we will see how it all goes, but we won't know until maybe 5-10 years from now, so we will see. But we're gonna go ahead and finish getting these stained, get them installed, and then when it's time for us to actually screw them in, I will turn you guys back on. Okay, so Elijah has them in their frames. So since he just did the edges so that we could get them in and screwed in, so then you can kind of go through and do the rest. But I was looking at it and I'm like, these look like they are so sloped, but they're not sloped. It's just the dirt. I don't know, they're level, but it's just the dirt that kind of makes them look a little wonky. So, but we are good. We are good. All those are in. Elijah's gonna finish staining, and then we can call this section finito, at least for now. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the last few panels of mesh that we have left. It's just the offcuts, and then we won't have more offcuts until we put the gate up, and then we'll finish off with whatever we have there, but we wanna at least get most of this covered. I did not finish the other side at the bottom yet because I wanted to see what I had of this leftover that might work at the bottom as well. But pretty much we're going to be doing, well, I'm going to be doing the same exact thing that I did on the other side, where you just hang the mesh, you screw it in, and then you keep it going. So let's see how fast I can do this one with.
Oh, you have this whole section looking good, huh?
Huh? I was just trying to get this one. Okay, so we went ahead and we finished over here on this side, but we have the mesh running all the way at the top. And then we dug down a little bit down here, and then we're going to do the same thing where we're going to line that with rocks, and then we'll recover it up with dirt. Okay, and then on this side, Elijah is finishing up on this side, and then we'll be done up here, and this will be ready for the gate. And then we'll talk about that side later. Okay, so we are done. The sun has set behind the mountain range, which means it's going to be dark soon. We are getting ready to head over to our neighbor's house to go and pick up some strawberries. She was thinning out her strawberries, so she's going to give us some. So we already started our seedlings. That will make a great addition so that we can get those planted as well. Girlie's most favorite food is strawberries, so she's going to have a field day once she realizes that we have a strawberry plant now that can just give her strawberries whenever it needs to, you know, pop off some strawberries. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. We're gonna get cleaned up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.